right, so making scatter plots. This is activity 18. It's really important to be able to make something, because when you make something, you're able to understand all of the pieces involved, and that helps you be able to read and interpret the information better. So that's what we have here. The table below shows information for 8 students' jobs. Determine the best interval and label the X and Y axis. Label the categories for each axis. Plot the ordered pairs of data on the scatter plot. Make a title for the scatter plot. So basically, these are our to-dos, and this is what we're going to use. So I have a table here, and over on the left-hand side, I have the hours worked, and I have the amount earned for the summer job weekly income. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take my pencil and I'm going to start with my title, because I always think it's a good thing to start with your title. What is this scatter plot going to be representing? Yes.
Summer job weekly income?
Yes. Summer job weekly income. So I'm going to go ahead and check that off my list of to-dos. Could we go ahead and label the x-axis?
Yeah.
What do you think would be a good title for the x-axis? Nicholas, what do you think would be a good title for that? Huh? The amount earned. Well, let's see. I noticed that we've got some information here that goes from like 30 to like 96, and this only seems to be going to 20. So do you think that's a good place to put that?
No.
Did you change your mind? Okay, what do you think now? Maybe hours worked. Is that going to fit nicely in this information?
Yes.
Okay, so let's title that hours worked. And because it's starting at 0 and it's going to 20, I don't feel like I see 20 lines there. So this is where I wouldn't mark anything, but I'm thinking to myself, probably not counting by 1, because I don't see 20 lines here. I wonder if they could be counting by 2s. Let's see. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16, 18, 20. Does that work?
Yes.
Okay, I'm going to go ahead and fill that in. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16, 18, and 20. That must mean that the y-axis is going to be what? Yes. Our amount earned. So I'm going to turn my paper. I'm going to write amount earned. And that's going to be our dollars. And now what I've got to determine is, well, how are they counting this? They're starting at 0 and they're going to 100. What do you think we could be counting by there? What do you think, King? You think 10s? Let's see if 10s works. Let's count before we fill it in. 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 90, 100. Does that work?
Yes.
Okay. So now that I've proved that that works, I'm going to fill in my numbers. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to go back to my checklist. Let's see. Did we determine the best intervals for the X and Y axis?
Yes.
Yes. I'm going to check that off. Did we label the categories for each axis?
Yes.
We labeled the hours worked and we labeled the amount earned, so I can check that off. There's only one piece of this that I haven't done. What is the last piece that I need to take care of? Jules?
Plot the order pairs of data on the scatter plot.
So we got to plot all of this information. So we read this as our X and our Y. So when someone worked 8 hours, they made about $40. So I'm going to put a dot right there. And I'm going to check that one off. That way if I lose my place or class ends, I know exactly where I need to start. When somebody worked about 15 hours, well, 15 isn't on my x-axis, but where would 15 fall?
In the middle of 14 and 16.
All right, I'm going to put a little dot there. And when they worked 15 hours, they made about $90. Wow, that's good money. $90. Going to check that one off. When somebody worked 5 hours, again, not here, but I can say that it's between 4 and 5. They made about how much money? $30. So we're going to plot that. Okay. When they worked about $18, they made about $90. That was easy. That's right on the line, isn't it? Check it off. When they worked about 10 hours, they made about how much money? 60. Checking it off. When they worked about $60, how much did they make? About 42. That's going to be just a teeny bit bigger than 40, right? Check it off. And when they worked 12 hours, they made about how much? So that's just a teeny bit more than 80. Check it off. And when they worked 16 hours, that was about what? Ooh, they made almost $100. Wow.
Good job.
Check it off. So now that we've got all of that displayed, I'm going to put my pencil down. And I'm going to take my highlighter. And I'm going to start at the origin. And I'm going to find my dots. Oh, they don't start right here. But I noticed that they're starting here. And I'm going to kind of go with the flow. What are you noticing about the flow? Is it going up? Or is it going down? Harlow.
It's going up.
It is going up. What kind of trend are we talking about?
Positive.
It is a positive trend. Now we don't have much time left in class, but we might be able to answer all these questions. Let's see if we can. As the number of hours increased, the amount of money a student made decreases. If I go across and look at the hours, are they making less money or more money?
More.
Everybody circle decrease. Cross it out. And what would we need to put there instead?
Increase.
Increase. We're proving why we think that. And we're going to call this false. Look at the next one. The greater the amount of hours worked, the greater the amount of money made. If they worked more hours, did they make more money?
True.
Ooh, you like that answer?
Yes.
I like it too. I feel like that is a life lesson. More you work, more you make. Number 3. The greater amount of hours worked, the greater the amount of hours worked, the less money made. Is that true?
No, because it says less.
Oh, because we make more money. I'm going to circle less and I'm going to write more. So this answer is false. And finally, the number of hours increases, the amount of money a student made increases. Do we have two things increasing together?
Yes.
And when you have both things increasing, that is positive trend, which is true.
Is this?